Good afternoon, everybody. How is everyone today? Yes? Good? Thank you for being here on this freezing day, but it'll have been so worth it. And talk about hot jazz on a cold day. This is the perfect salvo to be inside. So just a couple of quick things. If you need a ladies' or a gentleman's room, they are out here in the hallway. We are going to kind of roll through today with a little bit different than our usual timing. So if you need to get up to use the restroom during the show, just quietly do so and come back. The flyers for the today's show and for the March show are on your chairs. Please take them with you, and we hope to see you back here. If you are a first-time, I'm always curious, whoever is a first-time participant here, raise your hand. Welcome. I always feel like a preacher when I do that. Welcome to the Church of Jazz today. Yeah, thank you for being here. If you would like to be on our e-blast list and be kept apprised of things that are happening in the New Jersey Jazz Society world as well as the Jazz Society at large, there is a sign-up sheet in the foyer if you haven't done so already. Also, today is the 1st of February, so our new edition of Jersey Jazz Magazine is available online. Just a reminder, you can download that magazine and make it easier for yourself to go back and reread or to continue reading. That little button with the arrow, there is one on there, so you can easily download and really enjoy that magazine. It is superb, and it has... Well, I wonder, what year do you think that it got started? Started as a newsletter, but then as a magazine, what year? I don't either, but a long time. We've been 53 years, so at least 30 years of that has had some kind of a magazine. But this magazine is top drawer, you'll love it on that. Also, we are in appeal season for ourselves. Thank you to those I know that are in the room that have already made a donation this year. We are eternally grateful. If you'd like to make a donation to the Jazz Society other than your ticket price today or your membership, you can easily do so online. There is on our website, njjs.org, there is a red button at the top, says donate. Gives you the opportunity to make a one-time donation, a monthly donation, a whatever kind of donation you'd like. So if you'd like to do that, or we can do it today on the little credit card machine. So we can make it so easy for you to part with your money. And then we promise you to put it to really good use like you're going to see today. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the editor of said magazine, Jersey Jazz, Sandy Josephson, who will come up and give you a little bit of background on our very special guest today. Sandy.
Well, this is probably going to be one of the shorter introductions I've ever made, because actually if there's anybody on the planet that knows more about Louis Armstrong than Ricky Riccardi, I haven't heard or met of them yet. Ricky has written 3 books about Louis Armstrong, and he'll explain to you why they're in reverse order. I think the first book was the most recent part of Louis Armstrong's career. The second book was in the middle of his career, and the books he brought with him today, Stomp Off, Let's Go, are all about Louis Armstrong's early career. Ricky and I have gotten to know each other well. I for a while lived down in Ocean County, and we still co-host a jazz series at the Grunin Center in Toms River. It's a great honor for me to introduce to you the Director of Research Collections and Louis Armstrong expert, Ricky Riccardi.
Thank you, Sandy. I'm tired. I have a story to tell for how I got here today, but I'd be remiss if I did not mention that there's an award ceremony going on right now in Los Angeles. I'm not there, but today is the people are applauding that I'm not there. For those who don't know, though, 1 year ago, that was 1 year ago. That was my second Grammy. Hold your applause. Trust me, this will all go to my head. And when I was on stage that day, I said, I hope 1 year from today I'm in Madison, New Jersey on the coldest day of the year. And it all came true. It all came true. No, Why I barely made it here with moments to spare. This is a photograph I just inserted into the PowerPoint literally 10 minutes ago. This is where I was maybe 2 hours ago. That's me holding one of Louis Armstrong's trumpets, giving it to New York City Mayor Mamdani. This is at the Louis Armstrong House Museum. We are kicking off Black History Month, and the mayor's office reached out, and they wanted to kick it off at the museum in Corona, Queens. For those, I think a lot of people have been here. They've been there before, but the Louis Armstrong House Museum is where Armstrong lived the last 28 years of his life. And so it was absolute chaos. I don't know how many people here have ever had a mayor come to their house, but it was absolute chaos. This was the very close and intimate selfie I got with the mayor. There, that's me, and that's him. That was part one, and so yeah, they said, could you make it into Corona today to show the mayor a trumpet and do all that stuff? So yeah, I did that. We had about 30 seconds together, and then. This is not good promotion for the museum. Don't go to Queens until the snow melts, because I would have been here much earlier, but my car got stuck in the snow, and my coworkers all took pictures as we had to shovel it out. That probably added about 25 minutes to the time, but I'm here. I would not be anywhere else. Unless I was nominated for a Grammy, then I'd be in California right now. Next year. I've been doing these things, though, for a long time. I went back in the archives. That's 2011. As Sandy mentioned, my first book, What a Wonderful World, The Magic of Louis Armstrong's Later Years, came out in 2011. I did a social back in November of that year. I think Tony Mottola took that picture, but yeah, that's good old Jersey jazz. And this was just taken a few months ago. How many people were in the Armstrong House trip here? Yeah, good to see you all again. So this is the new Louis Armstrong Center. So I feel like I have a kinship with the Jersey Jazz folks. I've also contributed a column for the Ocean County College concert. So thank you for having me, and especially for braving the elements to be here today. The subject for my sermon is early Louis Armstrong. I've prepared about a 4 or 5 hour presentation that I will try to boil down into 1 hour. Whatever I don't get to, it's in the book. We have books. I brought thousands of books. I guess this is the portion of the program where I mention that I have 3 daughters, and they're growing, and they're hungry. And they said, Father, do you have to leave? And I said, I have to go to Madison, New Jersey, but I'm going to hopefully sell a lot of books so we can have dinner tonight. So, keep that in mind if you'd like to support a needy family. So the book's back there. But the great Summer Camargo, we have known each other for about 6 years. We first did a panel. John Faddis was her Joe Oliver, you could say, and put us together on a panel at Jazz Lincoln Center in January 2020. We've been at the Armstrong House together. She's performed at the Armstrong House together. And about 2 weeks ago, we had put together a big band, the Louis Armstrong House Museum Big Band, and we're actually recording an album. Summer's featured on the album. And I saw her there, and I said, hey, we got a gig coming up. And she said, that's right, you play piano. What we're about to do, we've never done. We've never played before, and except for one text message, we really don't know what we're about to play right now. So this is jazz at its most hair-raising. I can write books, and I can give lectures, and I can teach classes. This is about like ninth on what I do. My piano style owes a lot to the late Uncle Floyd Vivino, if you know it. So we're going to see if we can get through this in one piece. Should we open up with the national anthem, Sleepy Time? Or what do you think?
Let's do West End.
West End Blues, she's feeling good today. So this is it, folks. West End Blues. There was a big hashtag West End Blues challenge a few years
There
ago.
was.
Did you take part in that?
I did, yeah.
that was a goal. Okay. Not that I needed, but all right. It's all you. good one on the sunny side of the street. On the state. Hey, you want to go right in?
Sure.
Okay. W.C. Handy, the father of the blues. He wrote the St. Louis Blues, which Armstrong recorded with Bessie Smith, 1925. That just celebrated 101 years. Then he recorded it himself in 29, and 33, and 34. And then the version that changed my life was from the album Louis Armstrong Plays W.C. Handy. That was the one song that I heard at the age of 15 that was just like, boom. And if you could tell me that I'd be here playing it with an incredible Summer Camargo 31 years later, I never would have believed it. Well, she wasn't even born 31 years, so that would have been hard to convince me. But here we are. Am I doing B flat, Armstrong key, or G? What do you like?
It's a G.
G it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. From the habanera? Yeah.
Yeah.
going to do Louis Armstrong's theme song. I think Captain's enough fireworks. We're going to end with a nice little lullaby called When It's Sleepy Time Down South. Thank you again, Summer Camargo. Thank you. The Jersey Jazz Society, my people, thank you a million times. It's great to see everybody. And yeah, let's go out with the national anthem, the other national anthem. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take 8 days.
Ricky Riccardi and Summer Camargo. I think you'll agree it was worth coming out on a cold day for this, right? These two people are two of my absolute favorite in this business, and I don't know that I can assure you, you will never meet somebody who is more effusive about their job than this man, and you will never meet a finer young woman in the business than this young lady. So it is my pleasure, my absolute pleasure. And Ricky, it's a good thing you're not handing out a test, because I'm not sure I could take it. I always feel like I'm trying to learn as fast as I can, but how you have absorbed all this knowledge is extraordinary. And I've never gotten to see you play live, so this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and thank you very much. So we're going to finish up today with our, pick a number.
Oh, mother. Okay.
Pick one. Can you read it?
Oh. Oh, I'm the one. Oh my gosh. Okay. More nervous now than I was playing. 4384402. Anyone? No?
There must be. Read it again.
4384402. Yay!
Winner?
Yes.
Who's the winner? Thank you. So, just a couple of last-minute housekeeping. Ricky has books for sale. Remember, he has 3 daughters. Summer has CDs. Remember, she's a young, up-and-coming, fantastic musician. It's not like the old days when it's to be a full-time musician. And it didn't get mentioned, but Summer is currently in the Broadway show Just in Time. And if you have not seen that show, run. It's incredible. And also, if you've never been to the Louis Armstrong House, I cannot encourage you enough to go. I think it's one of those horrible kept secrets in New York. It is a gem.
Not after today.
Well, okay, not after today, but it is a gem. Well, now that it's on the mayor's radar, things may change, but it is an extraordinary place. And I have to say, I don't want to give anything away in case you go, but she did not spare one dime when she decorated that home in Queens. And at the time when she picked that wallpaper, ladies, you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, the bathroom, the kitchen, I mean, it just goes on, but it's an extraordinary place. I want to thank my fellow board members that are here today. Can you show of hands, everybody? Thank you. These shows take a lot to put on, so thank you to everyone for that. I want to thank you guys for coming out, and on this day that might have been easier to stay at home in your jammies, thanks for sharing it with us today. Encourage you to be back on the 1st of March for Lisa Perrott when she does a tribute to Jerry Mulligan. It's Women's History Month, and so Lisa will be leading the charge on that celebration. And lastly, I know there are some cookies and things left back there, so please take them so I don't have to take them back home. So again, thank you so much for coming. Summer, thank you for coming out from New York City. Thank you for coming via Tom's River, via Queens. Yes, thanks, Ricky, so much. And again, thank you to all of you, and get home safely.